Chess Showdown gone wrong. So last weekend, we had our annual family reunion at my uncle's place. You know the drill, lots of food, awkward small talk, and the inevitable question of whether I'll ever get a real job. But this year was different because my cousin Sarah decided to spice things up by bringing her new boyfriend, Tony. Now, Tony wasn't like any of her previous boyfriends. He showed up wearing a fedora and carrying a chessboard under his arm, claiming to be a professional chess player. Naturally, this piqued everyone's interest, especially my uncle, who fancies himself a bit of a chess enthusiast after watching a documentary on Bobby Fischer once. Tony, eager to impress, challenged my uncle to a match. We all gathered in the living room, munching on chips and making side bets on who would win. The match started off normal enough, but things took a turn when Tony began moving his pieces with his elbow. We thought it was some kind of strategy to throw my uncle off his game, and honestly, it was working. My uncle was flabbergasted, trying to figure out if he was witnessing the birth of a new chess technique or if Tony was just really clumsy. The rest of us were torn between laughter and sheer confusion as Tony continued to execute his elbow strategy. By the time Tony had captured my uncle's queen with a swift nudge of his elbow, we were all in stitches. My uncle, now thoroughly bewildered, tried to regain his composure and play seriously. But Tony was unfazed, moving each piece with deliberate, elbow-driven precision. As the match drew closer to an end, Tony leaned back with a satisfied grin and declared, "Checkmate." The room fell silent, and we waited for my uncle's response. Instead of the usual defeated sigh, my uncle just chuckled and asked Tony if he'd like a drink, trying to keep things lighthearted. That's when Tony stood up, looking a bit puzzled, and said, "Oh, no thanks. I thought checkmate meant asking for the bill at a restaurant." We erupted into laughter, realizing that Tony wasn't a chess prodigy at all, just a guy who thought he'd been ordering food every time he played chess. As it turned out, he was a professional all right, a professional at misunderstanding chess lingo. Who knew that the ultimate checkmate was really just a check for the laughs?